Hey everybody, this is Mike Gerdes with the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. I trust you're having a great day. Say, one thing that oftentimes get in the way of our demonstrating our spiritual mind treatments, get in the way of our demonstrating our affirmative prayers, get in the way of our attracting prosperity, get in the way of our attracting the right and perfect relationships, get in the way of the right and perfect job, get in the way of everything, is if we have some forgiveness work to do that we haven't done. Now, I talked to a lady some time ago, and she had this hostility, some hard hostility, and she just wouldn't let it go. And I told her that if she wanted to experience a real healing, she needed to talk about this. She needed to work on it, at least. She just refused to. The problem is that when we do that, when we hold on to resentments, when we're not willing to at least approach the idea and work on forgiveness, it affects us. It affects us in unkind and unsavory ways. Because really it is a negative use of the law. Now we're told that we are all children of the Most High, that ye are gods. So the real self of you is whole, complete, and perfect, is God's self expressing by means of you, by means of me. That's the real self. And if somebody comes into our experience and does something that we feel harms us or does harm us, what's important is how we respond to that. Or are we going to react to that? How are we going to deal with that situation that comes up? Well, perhaps what we want to do is think about who is the one person that we have the hardest time in forgiving, and work on that. I'll tell you who the hardest person to forgive has been for me in my life. That's been myself. Now, do you find it hard to forgive yourself? Do you judge yourself? Probably so. And if we are judging ourselves, if we're not forgiving of ourselves, it makes it very difficult for us to try to forgive other people. So let's take a look at ourselves, and let's take a look at other people, and let's recognize this. We're all children of the Most High, doing the very best we can to get through this day. And whatever it is that you did, whatever it is that I did, whatever it is that people did to us, that we now take resentment towards, or we now find we're reacting in a negative way for, we've got some hatred, we've got some animosity, we've got some hurt feelings about. Every time people were doing the best they knew how with the consciousness they had at the moment. If you want, you can call that a mistake. People make mistakes all the time. You make mistakes. I make mistakes. The question is, are we learning from the mistakes? You might say, well, I don't know if they're learning from their mistakes, but we can learn from their mistakes. It's a lot better to learn from the mistakes of other people than to always have to look at ourselves for correcting those mistakes. So, I came to the realization once that when I'm beating up on myself, it's just an ego trip turned inward. In other words, instead of saying how great I am, I'm focused on how bad I am. And instead of being the greatest, I am the worst. It's still an ego trip. And that's not what we're here to do. We need to think more highly of ourselves, but just think of ourselves less often. And how are we to do that? By focusing on what it is that we are here to do. We are here to live and love more fully. And for us to do that, we have to forgive ourselves, we have to forgive others, and we have to recognize our oneness and our unity with all things and everyone, and stay in close conscious contact with Spirit, knowing that it guides us and directs us, and then do what's in front of us to do so that Spirit may be better revealed, that love may be better known, joy may be expressed, good things may come forth. Yeah, you and I are here on a special purpose. Let's don't let not forgiving get in our way. Now, one of the best definitions of forgiveness that I ever heard was to see newly. If we take a look at ourselves, and if we take a look at other people, recognizing they weren't bad people and we're not bad people, but we were just people doing the best we could at the moment, we're choosing to see newly. Also choosing to see newly is what we would like to see people doing in the future. How we would like to be treated in the future. Because recognize that some part of us has something to do with what we're experiencing. We are always our own experience. Somewhere along the line, if somebody's treating us poorly, there's some consciousness on our part there, either in attracting it or how we react to it. So we've always got some of our own work to do. There's always an opportunity for us to see newly. So let's see newly. Let's forgive everyone that has ever harmed us, or we think that has ever harmed us. Because recognizing that no matter what they did, it has brought us to this point of here and now. And let's forgive ourselves for all the things we did and all the things we didn't do. Let's don't live with regrets. Let's know that everything we did for the highest expression of life that we knew at the time. Let's love other people. Let's love ourselves. Not in spite of, but because of their failings and their faults. Because remember, we are all spiritual beings having human experiences. And sometimes it takes a lot for us to awaken to that spiritual discovery, to awaken ourselves to our spiritual magnificence. So let's be patient. Let's be patient with other people, and let's be patient with ourselves. And know that wherever we are, Spirit is. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. I'd like you to join with Dr. Maxine, who'll be doing the Love Note tomorrow. And then be sure you check out our website, cslphilly.org, and see about all the different things that are going on. There's classes coming up. I'm teaching a book study on Saturday mornings, which you're always welcome to join. And there's live streams on Sunday morning where you can tune in and see Dr. Maxine and our group actually giving you a live talk right at the time. And then there's also opportunities for you to go to see archived talks and archived love notes. And it's a really nice place to hang out. So check out the website, cslphilly.org. Well, thanks very much. Know you're loved. And remember, you can always forgive. And so it is.